What it do, family? It's your girl Tamika, and I am back with another video. I am back.
My niggas and my ladies to the floor, you dig? Represent, throw your zone up, bounce, you dig? Lawa. We in a place to be, so don't hate, homeboy. Two-step with me and just jig. Just jig. Just jig, my nigga, just jig. Just jig. Just jig. Just jig, little shawty, just jig.
Shout out to my family, S&T gang. I love y'all, man. I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in. Look, if this is your first time ever stumbling across the channel, I need you to smash the subscribe button. If you don't like the video, you can hit unsubscribe. I just want you to hit subscribe right now so you don't forget. So go ahead and smash it. We waiting on you. Smash it. Thank you. Now hit that bell. Turn those post notifications on too, so we can always stay connected. Look, the other day, man, I did a reaction video to DDG Toxic question and answer. And from that video, man, it actually was able to spark up some really good conversations to have. You know what I mean? On the way to work, we used to do these car chronicle videos or whatever, where we just talk about, a lot of different type of shit. And since we ain't got no car to get in, I'm gonna do it right here from the table. And it was a really, really good topic. I want to talk about the role, okay, that men plays in pregnancy. Okay, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more in a minute, but I just want you guys to be able to get very connected because I want to have a really good conversation about this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go live today at 7:00 p.m. So meet me there so we can finish talking about it, because I want to be able to see you guys' responses and shit in real time. So without further ado, we about to slide into this video. Let's get it. Now, there were two particular things that seemed to stand out when I was talking to my friends, and also when I was perusing through the comment section on the video that I did. It was one, a lot of people didn't feel that DDG had a right to even talk about them losing a baby, okay? And then it was two, that it really wasn't the song that people had a problem with. It was the question and answer that pretty much confirmed that it was Kennedy that he was talking about in the song Toxic, okay? I hope that you guys didn't lose me. I think I said it or I worded it right. So just rewind it if I lost you for a minute. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So those are the things that I want to focus on. Those are the meat and the potatoes of the whole topic. Now, my position is this, okay? And this is the thing that I want to talk about a little bit later on live. Now, my thing is this. I focus more on the shared experience, and I'm going to break that down. I really didn't feel like that he had a problem, or I didn't really feel like it was a problem, him expressing that he had lost the baby, okay? A lot of people was like, Tamika, you're wrong as hell, you know what I'm saying? He had no right to talk about him and Kennedy losing a baby. Now, the reason why I didn't have a problem with him talking about the loss of the baby, because it was just that. It was the loss of a baby. Now, if Kennedy had made the decision to have an abortion, then that's something different entirely to me. Now, drop it down in the comments if you don't feel like it is a difference. I personally do. I feel like when you terminate a pregnancy, it's kind of like murder. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like murder. You know what I'm saying? That's just my position on things. It's like murder. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit later on in the video. You know what I'm saying? Now, the loss of a baby is something that nobody has sole control of. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a different type of hurt. Because with an abortion, you're pregnant, you know what I'm saying, but you decide to end the shit. When you lose a baby, it's like, oh my God, we pregnant, and then you lose the baby. And a lot of things that you was looking forward to in the future just will not happen no more because of something that you guys couldn't control. And that was the reason why I didn't have a problem with him discussing losing a baby. Because at the end of the day, even though Kennedy is the one that houses the baby, I still feel like it is a shared experience of hurt between both parties. Okay? If that makes any sense. Now, that's what my problem is. Now, during this conversation, a lot of people were saying, you know what I'm saying, he didn't have any right to say anything like that because, you know what I'm saying, that's her body. Understandable. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is where it gets a little tricky to me. Okay, people, you know what I'm saying, when people say it's her body, it's her decision, it's her. Now, granted, I have no problem with pro-choice and all of this shit. Because at the end of the day, I feel like a mother has to make a decision as well. Because no matter how you want to slice it, you know what I'm saying, that mother is always going to be that child's mother. Being that even if somebody break up, if a relationship just decides to end, that woman is still going to have 100% of a job in raising that child. Now, there are men that co-parent, you know what I'm saying, and do the right thing. I'm not taking shots at any men. In fact, I think I'm pretty much kind of like understanding where you guys come from in a sense. You know what I mean? And we're going to touch on that a little bit later. But it was a lot of people saying that it's her body, it's her decision. And I just don't agree with that. Now, this is why I don't agree with that. When you have a child, okay, it is a child that is conceived or procreated by two parties, the man and the woman. One cannot happen, a pregnancy cannot happen without those two people. You know what I'm saying? Period. Now, you can go and do this artificial insemination, but that's not what I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of people that's in a relationship, okay? So therefore, when the sperm fertilizes the egg, okay, and now a baby is about to be born, I feel like that is a shared experience between both parties. Even though the woman is the one that's housing the body, I still feel like no matter where the baby is residing at, I still feel like a man has a decision, you know what I'm saying, or should have input on what happens to the nature of the child. Period. Now, a woman might listen to where a man is coming from, and she might decide to say, you know what, I still don't want to keep this baby and have an abortion. And to me, I feel like that shit is iffy. It's iffy. It's very, very iffy. Because the way that I look at it, if a woman truly does not want to be a mother to a child, then that woman should also go through further lengths to ensure that she does not get pregnant. Now, if you're having sex and you know a child can be conceived and a child is conceived, that's where the abortion shit gets a little bit iffy to me. Because it was like you took a risk and you took a gamble knowing that fucking kids come out of sex, and then it happens and all of a sudden you don't want to have a kid. To me, I feel like you could have did a little bit more to be preventative of that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. I want to talk about it. Now, because like honestly speaking, I don't understand that complete concept. And this is why. This is why sometimes I feel like women should not just have the sole decision of having children. My mother was pregnant before I came along, okay? And she wanted to have an abortion. And it wasn't just more so just her. I think my grandmother also played a role in it as well, because my mother was 17 when she had me. So if she was pregnant before me, she probably had to be within the 16 range. And, you know, I can understand why a parent would want another woman to have a child, whatever, okay? But my father told me that he never got over that. You know what I'm saying? Now, fast forward. Here I come along. My mother gets pregnant again at 17. Now, this time, my father was very adamant about her not having an abortion. Okay? Now, a lot of people will be like, well, she's 17, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 it's her choice. Now, this is the question that I have, you guys. And I want you guys to talk about it in the comments. Does she have the sole, or should she be the sole decision maker in a decision like that? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because if my father was not adamant that particular time, then I wouldn't be here. So I'm very, very happy that he stood his ground and was like, look, we knew what we was getting into. We got to be parents. Now, this is the conversation. So this is what I really, really want to talk about. And then I want to also talk about, was it wrong of him to even discuss it? That's another thing that I want to talk about. We're going to talk about it. I really want to talk about it. This video going to be more so for grown folks. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't really been in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, you're probably not going to really understand this as much. And a lot of people might come back and be like, well, Tamika, you don't have children. How can you even talk about the topic? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to comment on that. Because, true, I have never had any children. So I would never be able to testify to the connection that a mother will have with her child. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't experienced. Now, the reason why I can talk about it, because to me, I'm the product of a good man. Okay? I'm the product of it. So where a lot of people say, Tamika, you know what I'm saying, you can't really conversate on it because you're not a mother. I feel like I can conversate on it a little bit better because not only can I talk about the things, it's just that I'm the product of what that man had grown up to be. So who had better insight than the child? That's me. You know what I'm saying? I honestly do not feel like there was a problem with DDG discussing he lost a child. I feel like the emphasis is put on it because we knew who Kennedy was. And even though we know who Kennedy was, I still don't feel like it's a problem with him talking about him losing a child only because it was just that, a loss of a child. It wasn't like Kennedy aborted the baby. I feel like those two things are different. You know what I'm saying? Because if Kennedy decided to do the question and answer first and say, me and DDG lost a child, no one would say anything. So why is it a problem if the man brings it up first? That's what we're going to talk about, okay? So please, you guys, after you watch this video, you know what I'm saying? I want you guys to meet me on live here on YouTube at 7 o'clock p.m. We're going to talk about this particular topic in real time. I preferably would love to see some fathers there. You know what I'm saying? I really would like to get this insight from both parties. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in. And until next time, I'm going to catch y'all down.